Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live. We've seen a pretty noticeable reversal in markets, and traders really pointed to some of these comments we got moments ago from Federal Reserve Governor Lael Brainerd. Now, we have a story on this on the Yahoo Finance homepage from our very own Brian Chung, but Brainerd noting, quote, currently inflation is much too high and is subject to upside risks. The committee is prepared to take stronger action if indicators of inflation and inflation expectations indicate that such action is warranted. And traders clearly taking this as potential for quicker than expected rate hikes from the Federal Reserve. We're seeing all three major stock indices now in the red off of this news. All right, switching gears here. Qualcomm is looking to be a major player in driverless cars. The chip giant has closed on its acquisition of self-driving tech player Arriver. Qualcomm's goal here is to ultimately bring a full self-driving tech solution to automakers. Let's talk more about the transaction with Qualcomm CFO Akash Palkhiwala. Akash, good to see you here this morning. Congrats on this deal. So what are your ultimate plans with this?
Thanks very much, and great to be here. We're very excited about what's happening in automotive. The industry is obviously going through an incredible transformation, and it's not just electrification of cars, but you're seeing cars becoming smartphones on wheels. And what that gives us an opportunity is to really take all the handset technologies that we have and bring those to automotive. Connectivity, low power compute, and AI at the edge. So we're very excited about what this acquisition means for us in terms of addressing this tremendous diversification strategy that we've put in place. If you look at what this acquisition will be able to do for us is we'll combine our chipset technology with Arriver's computer vision and drive policy technology. And together we'll offer an open, scalable, and upgradable platform that would work across all tiers of cars. And so we're very excited about being a part of this ADAS wave that is happening in the automotive industry.
Akash, it's Julie here. And as we've been talking about, this is not chips, this is software. And I'm curious if you guys are going to forge further into software, or put another way, beyond chips as you get more into automotive and more into other sectors.
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. That's a great question. As we think about the problems that need to be solved to make ADAS, which is autonomous driving and driver assistance at scale happen in automotive, we thought the best way to address that market is to have a combined chip and software solution. And we really think that as we go forward, we have the ability to bring in additional software assets and expand the offering. And this is something that the OEMs are very interested in. And so we're excited about it. We think this is the first step. And the interest that we're seeing from all the OEMs is what validates our strategy.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be demand from the OEMs for sure. And we have also seen your other competitors within semiconductors expand into automotive. Like the others, it's still a relatively small part of the business now. I think a little bit upwards of 10%, if I'm not mistaken, of sales last year. How big do you guys plan on making that business? How, as we see the growth there, what kind of chunk of Qualcomm is it going to be in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. So our strategy here is to become the preferred partner for OEMs for what we call the digital chassis solution. And in our minds, digital chassis includes connectivity, it includes digital cockpit, and it includes ADAS. And it's just a tremendous opportunity for us to bring all of these technologies to OEMs at scale across all tiers. When you look at the design win pipeline that we've talked about, we have over $13 billion of design wins in these areas. And so this will materialize into revenues over the next several years. And we think this is just the beginning. We've given very precise forecasts for revenues for both 5 years and 10 years out. And we're very excited about how the traction we're getting and how we are on our way to meet and exceed those targets.
Akash, what are some of the biggest challenges to scaling up technology like this?
Well, I mean, this is an area where the entire industry is learning at the same time, right? So the key thing is to be able to deploy both computer vision and drive policy technology at scale at different OEMs. And each OEM has their own set of plans. So we need to be able to work with them very closely. And that's why the fact that our solution is open and scalable and upgradable is very important. Maybe the one other thing I'll say is the way we are defining this software, it's going to be modular. So it allows us to work with the OEMs and leverage their software and combine theirs and ours. So, which I think is very important. This is an industry that's still being defined, and the ability to be flexible is going to be a competitive advantage for us.
And to broaden it out just a little bit, I want to ask about the semiconductor business more broadly. I was just looking at some of the analyst commentary to the latest pricing data from the Semiconductor Industry Association. It seems like prices are still going up. And I'm just curious what you're seeing from your perspective and what kind of visibility you have on the remainder of the year on that front.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously an industry that has gone through its own set of challenges from a supply perspective over the last couple of years. And as we've said in the past, this is a picture that's continuing to evolve. We've put in a tremendous amount of effort in improving the supply that we can guarantee to our customers. And so we're very excited about the progress we've made. This obviously lends itself to a stronger pricing environment as well. And you're seeing some of that show up in both kind of the price we're charging our customers, but also the price that the foundries are charging us. And so the net impact to us is what's reflected in our financials.
I think, Akash, a lot of folks coming into this year expected the supply chain for chips to improve at some extent. But we're still seeing reports of automakers shipping cars without certain chips, shutting down manufacturing production. Are chip shortages just the new normal, and companies should expect this moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had a scenario where several chip companies have struggled to kind of maintain the right balance between demand and supply. As we've said in the past, for us, demand has been significantly higher than supply. But because of the actions we've taken, we've been able to narrow that gap down significantly. And as we've said in the past, that we think it'll improve as we go through the year. Specifically on auto, that's definitely an area that we've prioritized. And I think we've been a great supplier to the auto OEMs in trying to address their needs as far as possible.
All right, we'll leave it there. Qualcomm CFO Akash Palkhiwala, always good to see you. We'll talk to you soon.